Hey, how are you? Thank you for catching this pick a card and the angel number today, 769. If you watched yesterday's, we addressed fear. And now we go into 769, and it's about your authority. You need to remain flexible. So think about that. And let's take a look at these cards. Remember, your intuition matters the most. What you see, hear, think about as I talk. And as I'm mentioning this week, I have a strong repeated message in my head to remind you guys what you don't see here, what you don't hear, but sticks with you and you're thinking about. That's what you need to dive deeper into, if that makes sense. Let's get some more light. Too much light. All right. Now, this flexibility that you need to keep this week. We're moving from fear into flow, into courage, knowing that you're supported by your angels. So this message is, ask yourself today where you do and do not have control. The changes flowing around you are going to settle eventually into a cycle of routine, and your angels remind you to be adaptable and flexible until you find that routine. Don't let it get you spinning. You're okay. And they ask you to repeat this mantra: I am adaptable. You know, sometimes we want to feel really safe and secure in our comfort zone, and you're being asked to be okay when you're not in your comfort zone. All right. Again, 769. If you see that number, repeating numbers, let me know what's going on. Your fears, anything you want to comment, I really appreciate it. That's not supposed to be in there. So what I'm going to do is grab another card. Ace of Pentacles. Can you believe that? That's a trick. But you know what? I'm going to remain flexible. Okay? You and I are going to have a good laugh about that. And I'm going to remain flexible. I'm adaptable. I can do this. And this is great. If you caught the last pick a card about fear, we were putting down a lot of burdens and moving on. And this is that new beginning where you've walked in and you're like, I really like this house that I just moved into. There's so much room for growth here, and I feel stable. And even though I spent a lot of money on the house recently and moved, which I didn't, I'm just using it as an example, I still feel abundant because this new move, change, whatever it is I'm going through, feels really good. I put away the old stuff and all the baggage and got rid of a lot of stuff, and this new beginning feels really good. And for many of you, I feel like, well, do any of you relate that you took a trip recently to the beach and found sand dollars? I used to love to do that, and I'm getting all kinds of flashes of playing in the ocean on the bottom floor with my feet, and you can feel them and you kind of pop them up, and they're really beautiful. Did anyone have that experience that's tapping in with me? Be curious. Let's look at card 2. 3 of Wands in reverse. There's a lot of communication, misunderstanding, misinformation going around personally and in the big picture. We're going to turn that around. I feel like a lot of that is happening with this energy because Mercury is retrograde officially Friday, but it is, and it's in Leo, which can cause a lack of confidence, a lack of wanting to speak in public, a lack of wanting to go in public. You just don't really want to show yourself. But this is asking you to please continue to be that natural leader in your life. Continue to think about the things that bring passion and make you happy, and ideas and new beginnings, right? Well, we will pull all three together. So keep that in mind, but this is for you right now. This is about you using your voice. Those of anybody that picked card 2, this is about not being afraid to speak, not being afraid to speak in public, and really do speak about the things that make you happy, the things you want, what you're going after, because that, I believe, will help you get a lot of extra support and words of affirmation that you need. All right, and group 3, or card 3, sorry, death. And I actually like this card because this is about, I love the symbol. And you can think about, am I working from the outside in? Do I draw from the inside out or the out in? It can tell you a lot about, well, I'm worried about my outward appearance. Or I am working on shining my inner light as I go through a big change. This is Scorpio energy, Pluto energy, and the planets have really shifted, and there's been a lot of fear bounded, what am I trying to say? Talked about back and forth that can make you feel afraid. So do watch the pick a card about getting over fear, and understand today's message of just go with the flow. Be adaptable as you go through this change. Some of you may have lost someone, and that this is a year of endings, and this can be an indication of that. So I'm sending you a big hug if that is you. But a lot of people are seeing what they really want now, and it's a big change, but it's deep within you, and the rebirth is coming. And you can see it here. If we pull all three together now and we go this way, there's this big change. There's a new beginning, and you need to talk about it. If you remember, this was in reverse. So you might have some fear about all of this. What is your new normal? I remember figuring out, like, after cancer, you have a new normal. You're never the same when you go through these big aha moments, whatever it is, good or bad. And it all does work out. So be adaptable. Please use your voice, speak your truth, tell people how you feel, what you're going through, where you're headed, and what support you need. Tell them what's in your heart and your soul, but definitely don't be afraid to speak about this huge transformation that you're going through. And if you don't resonate with this again, think about, are you stuck? Do you want this, but it doesn't make any sense to you? Think about what you don't see here. Maybe you were hoping for love. And this is more about what is right for you and your truth and what you need to talk about and share. Maybe you were hoping this was about the 10 of Pentacles, where all the money comes flowing in. It's you're on the right path towards that abundance. So I hope that helps you guys thinking about what you do see here and what you don't. And understand this is a big transformation. Scorpio energy, if I didn't say that, Pluto, Earth, and fire. We're missing some emotion. You may feel very disconnected because we are missing cups and love and all of that. So please keep the strength, reach out for help where needed, and do take care of yourself. Self-love is important. All right, that'll help you stay grounded and happy and passionate about what you're going through. And again, that's one of my favorite symbols, geometric symbols. So do maybe practice how you draw the spiral. If you go from the out in or the in out, it can reflect a lot about which way you need to work, from the out in to the light, or let the light out. It's all up to you, but doing so will bring you these new beginnings. Mwah. I love you. Thank you so much for your support. Subscribe if you're new, and know that I am sending you a world of peace. Much love.